I love wrestling and you love wrestling, then you're not here, you missing out. Is this show? Welcome to the We Love Wrestling Spotlight. My name is Terry. Here this week, I'm with a good podcast. Two people, a duo. You can hear them talk about it. They're champions, and their names are Talk of Champions. We have Shantice and Stan. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing?
Hi.
What's good?
I'm doing good. I always start off with this main question before we go into it. Why do you love wrestling? What started your love for wrestling?
Then you go first.
Oh, me. I got into it playing the video game and N64 WCW World Tour.
Wow.
And just from there, I just From there, I just got like enamored with the whole world of like these larger than life dudes that are just going in there and just whooping ass and just talking all kinds of crazy stuff to each other and just doing all these crazy things in the ring. So it's really just on some little kid superhero shit, and then kind of just stuck with it.
Okay. Shantice?
So I have an older brother. He's about 8 years older than me. And I have two older sisters. They're twins, and they're 4 years older than me. So I will always try to do the girly things with them, but then they'll be like, no, get out of here, because there's two of them, and I will always end up with my brother. And he always watched wrestling. So like I always tell the story every time someone says, I know how to spell Jeff Jarrett's name before I know how to spell my own. And I've been there since. Like I said, I had a point where I fell out when someone brought WCW. I was very sad and upset. And I came back in around Cena Rock 2.
Okay. So Talk of Champions, that's the name of your podcast. Tell me about it. Why'd you start it? What do you talk about? Let me know about it.
You want me to take this one, Stan?
You got it. Go ahead.
All right. So it started. We was under another umbrella. We was under another umbrella. We don't have to get into those details. But it wasn't really fitting us. It didn't fit us anymore. It didn't serve our masters any longer. So throughout that platform, him and I became close. We started doing like little offshoots of certain things and certain topics. So we had a bond, and we actually just had a chemistry that worked really well. So when things wasn't fitting us, it was more not fitting me than not him. But because we grew a bond and we had a chemistry, it was
no. Wait. Hold on.
No, how you guys think I had I'm trying to make you look like the knight in shining armor.
No, wait. You was good if you said that.
Let her finish her story, and then we'll definitely try to back in.
I was trying to make him look so good. I was trying to make it look like they was doing me wrong, and he was like, no, and stood up for me, but he gonna sit there and say no. It wasn't fitting us anymore. It grew to a point where it was problematic, and it could go really bad. So I ended up leaving, and shortly after, Stan ended up leaving. I was gonna say not for the same reasons, but he was sticking up for me. He took a stand.
Aww.
Stan took a stand, and
somebody had to.
and we was working on something, and we just brought it into fruition shortly after. It was like a couple day turnover. I left on a Friday, and by Thursday we had another show up running.
Oh.
So, yeah. So that's how it kind of ended up, that we was calling ourselves the tag team champions when we was under that platform. So then we left, and now it's Talk of Champions. Now we are the champions. So you can tell your story, Stan. Make yourself look worse.
I mean, I'm not making myself look worse. Yeah, everything was pretty much what you said, but I just wanted to add, like, on top of, whatever was going on with, Shantice, like, felt like I was outgrowing the platform myself, just because they were going in directions that I personally wasn't trying to go in and be associated with, and that's not even no shade on nothing else or what they were trying to do. That's, their own thing. But, I'm here to talk about wrestling, and I want to do it in a dope kind of way, and that's kind of what we bring to the table. We recognize that in each other early on, and so like she said, we hit it off and we just kind of stuck it out. We were the tag team champions, and now we are the Talker champions, and that's kind of how we been rocking it.
Okay. So you said you want to talk about wrestling in a dope way. What dope type of things you talk about? Is there a certain area that you're hitting on mainly when you do your podcast?
Well, mainly we like to focus on like the older time periods. I mean, we'll touch on me. Shantice don't really like rock with the current stuff like that at all. Me, I dabble in it. You know, I talk AEW, whatever. I have a little in it, but even I kind of lost my week to week step in the current product. But so we kind of really focus in on like older topics, and we kind of do it. We kind of bring like a barbershop element. Like I know you don't see like women in the barbershop, but like a salon or the nail salon, whatever they do, whatever. But we kind of bring that element to to the circle, to the table. So it's kind of like a free speaking, how we feel and of the culture,
We fight about different things. We bicker because I see things in a unique way that only I could see it.
Yeah.
And Stan is more traditional.
I'm more of a traditionalist. I'm more of a yeah.
Okay. Let's see then. So you said old school. You said old school. What do you consider old school? What periods?
Well, new generation attitude, and sometimes post attitude, but that's not really me. That's more him.
So like
can go older than that, but
like 20 to 30 years ago. Anything 20 to 30 years ago would be old school. You know what I'm saying? You can even
We can go further.
You can go further, but like that's when our bread and butter is kind of like anywhere between like the mid 90s to late 90s, early 2000s.
That attitude era period. Greatest match of the attitude era.
Greatest match of the attitude era. Ooh. Shane, you go first. You probably have that locked and loaded before I do.
Mankind and The Undertaker. So
I mean, that's most memorable.
It's the most iconic one. That's the one that comes to mind the most, that defines everything in one shot.
I would go Rock Triple H, SummerSlam ladder match.
Ooh.
Like the third time I've heard that today.
People sleep on that match.
I would add either the Lion's Den or the Dungeon match into that. One of those three, but we'll start with Rock Triple H.
Okay, I can go with that. Let's see. So, where are you two located? I'm in Indiana, so I'm trying to reach out and find out more stuff about people. So, where are you two located?
I'm from the Bronx. I'm the Bronx, New York, and Stan, he's up in the Alps.
Shut the hell up.
Now he is
just because you've never been out the city before, don't mean that.
I've been out the city. I just didn't go your way.
It's okay. 30 miles up the road. I'm in Rockland County, New York.
So, with your podcast, is there do you have like a mission statement or somewhere you're trying to go with this podcast, or just bring the barbershop feel so more people in the culture can know that we are out here watching wrestling? I mean,
well, Stan's mission statement is real talk on wrestling.
That's what it is. Real talk on wrestling. Like, take it for what it is. We didn't even really come into. We were just talking about this today. Pull back a little bit of curtain inside baseball. Like, we're not even coming into this with the intention of like, oh, we're trying to have this big old. We're ambitious, but we're not super ambitious to where we got like future plans to grow this thing or anything like that. Like, we're not even trying to block the blessing like that. If it comes, it comes. But like our main objective here, and like the mission says, is real talk on wrestling. We just want this platform to talk about shit that we love talking about.
That
Yeah.
love for wrestling. I like that.
Love it. Yeah.
We found something fun because we stream live to Facebook. So we have like the interactions and we interact with the comments as we talk, and it's like we'll end up on tangents. So we found something that we liked and we wanted to continue it. So when that didn't work on the other platform and I ended up leaving, we was like, no, we have to continue it. So
And it's dope.
it's just us enjoying
because,
it.
like, we were able to, we were able, it's not even us enjoying it. It's like we got people that enjoy it too. Like we got specific people that will tune in every week and like tapped in with this on like every single thing that we do. And it's really cool to get that kind of love and response from people and then to know that like we might be even impacting people in ways that we're not even aware. So it's really been cool to even bring some of those people that we've had from the other platform. They've been just as supportive, if not more so, on the new platform. So it's to be able to be out here doing our own thing now, feels good and just doing what we want to do, man. You know.
Hey, I love it. I love it. Danielle, you got some questions for him?
I don't really have questions. I do want to commend you guys because, as you know, has been said and it is already known, the geographically, right, the wrestling world is huge, right? It spans all across the country, you know, and possibly in other countries. But for the most part, it's a small world. And when we're talking about wrestling culture, people of color, right, it's even smaller. So I want to tell you guys, you know, thank you for the work that you do. Thank you for being out there. You know, thank you for taking the initiative and seeing what has been done and really just putting your spin on it, you know, because sometimes things can be a little discouraging. So I appreciate that. Like, you know, me and Terry, after we did some research and, you know, we found you guys, we see that you guys have collaborated with a few of the people that we've collaborated with. And that it just speaks volumes to the evidence, right? That the wrestling community is so close knit and so small. So I want to just say, you know, thank you guys for taking the initiative and doing what you got to do. I love the statement of just giving it that barbershop feel, right? Because it's funny, you know, people talk about the barbershop, but that's really a staple in Black culture. Like that is really like, you know, some people gather at church, you know, and they do whatever, but like the barbershop is together parallel. So I think it's super interesting, right? That it's wrestling talk at the like with the barbershop feel. So I just want to commend you guys and say thank you. And I understand that, you know, you're doing what you're doing just to do it. You don't really foresee like, you know, it becoming anything else, but you never know. And I just want to encourage you and empower you to continue going. And I hope that we'll absolutely cross paths as soon as the world, you know, gets back to normal and opens back up.
Because it's not scary anymore.
Man,
Yeah.
that is so dope of you. That means a lot. Like that ass, like
you.
because we're like that's for real. We can't tell you. We can't even tell you. That means a lot.
Hey, I done heard that ass so much this last week.
They're New Yorkers.
Nah. That was so no hard. That's much appreciated.
No, it was.
I got the same thing.
Yeah, when we started, it's like we left, and I don't know. I'm a conspiracy theorist. I felt that funny stuff was coming on. So I just got super proactive with every group I was in. I was just asking like admins and whatever. And we were embraced by so many people when we started it. So like you see us doing collaborations. It's just like people saying, I want to do your show. Come on my live. And it's just like you said earlier, like you're working hard. Anytime someone asks, I'm there because they're embracing us, and I'm just so grateful for it.
That's good.
That's really what you know. We have a lot of subliminals to the Black wrestling community or the people of color wrestling community. Mm-hmm. Like you don't understand how many times people have said that they've had newfound friendships form because of the love of wrestling or around the love of wrestling, right? And you don't understand, especially during this time, how many times we've heard people say like wrestling is my refuge. Like without wrestling, I don't know what I would do. Like it's there.
Yeah.
So it's important that, I mean, I understand things happen, right? Because it's a bunch of different personalities and different things that you run across some, you know, hiccups in the road or some obstacles. But it's important that you kind of get back and make sure to strengthen and empower each other. Because like at the end of the day, like this is what we have. Like this is what brought this conversation to go on. This is actually how I met Terry, you know what I'm saying? So we, you know, I just want to empower you to like keep that going and, you know, keep that barbershop feel. I'm with it. I'm with all of the shits.
Thank you.
Hope y'all don't feel no type of way about this, but you said you was known as the tag team champions earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's
It
put a
sound,
bet
it sound
on
like
one.
it sound like something.
Ooh.
What up?
Let's
Anytime, any place. What up?
so
Ooh.
we'll
NXT.
I'll let
No,
NXT.
no, he's going to get his belt. No. Don't get
NXT.
that one. He's going to get his child.
Hold
Oh,
on.
Terry, you done started something.
You're gonna go with NXT. Hold up. Matter of fact, nah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do this. We are the tag team champions. You can have the NXT tag team champions. That's fine. We got the real ones right here. Old school classics.
He got
The
a
old
little
school
belt.
for the
He got it
culture.
upside down. He can't even see it.
Upside down. It's upside down.
It don't matter. Sting held it upside down and he still won it. It's all good.
Listen,
Fuck that shit. I'm with it.
They call me Two Belt Davis.
Ooh.
Oh, I got like
You're a
8. I just
regular
can't get them
champion.
all out right now.
And I could be a tag team champion. Maybe one day we'll talk about championships. I see you with your thing. You know, I got a TV title. I got a WCW US championship.
Mm-hmm. The right one.
So we can.
Not the ugly flag.
We gonna go through it one day. But I did I seriously
Right.
thank y'all for doing this. You know, trying to put a spotlight on more people when you just hear people that sound like you, dress like you, look like you, do the same things you do, talk about the things that you like. It just makes everything feel better, especially in the area that I'm in, trying to find just more people like me who love wrestling. I'm happy that I was able to actually give you a platform so more people can find out about you.
Thank you. And hopefully we can return the favor sooner than later. You love it.
Y'all gotta come. We gotta come on because y'all done got my blood all hot with this tag team stuff. Y'all gotta come on.
Terry has riled him up.
So I'm gonna tell you truthfully.
Shanti gonna tell you. I'm gonna start pacing in a minute.
I'm gonna tell you truthfully. I've never went on a podcast. I went on one with the Down for the Count ladies because we do have WeLoveWrestling.com, a wrestling stop, website. But I don't know. I haven't done that. People have asked me maybe one day, but we'll see. But yeah, I mean, if you want to, barbershop talk about titles, you know what I'm saying? We can talk about titles one time.
We'll talk about titles.
Let's do it.
That's what we do.
Let's do it.
You know what I'm saying? We can hook
have
it up.
someone on with us. We let them pick what they want to talk about, whether it be a pay-per-view, whether it be the current state of wrestling. We just have one of those. Whether we just argue about watching Vengeance 2006. Oh, was it Vengeance? I think no. It was Backlash 2006. Sorry.
Why do you keep bringing that up?
Because that made me mad.
We're trying to forget that.
No, I can't.
So,
I'm sorry.
Okay. Just thinking back.
This is up to you. With no pressure, but anytime our doors are open and you're welcome.
Maybe I could just say that it's been a long couple weeks with everything that we're doing. But you probably I'm gonna do it. You gonna hear me talk, you know what I'm saying? We gonna talk about it, you know what I'm saying? We gonna go into it. I go into what they call Terry's tirades,
All right.
I just go off on a second. So, I'm just being cool right now, but we gonna talk about it.
Tirades are welcome.
You guys,
listen.
You guys want to just let this will air in maybe in a few. It will air in a few weeks. You want to just bring everybody up to speed on all of your social media platforms so they can see further where you guys showcase your best barbershop talk or whatever have you.
Definitely. The page is Talk of Champions. We're on Facebook. We stream live from Facebook every Tuesdays and sometimes Thursdays, depending if we have a guest or not. Talk of Champions is the Instagram, and I think it's Talk of Champs on Twitter. Mm-hmm. And then my personal Facebook is Shantice Bullock, and then my Instagram, and I'm starting to become more active on Twitter. It was recommended to me, so both of those are Hearts, HAHRTS. And then Stan, you can give yours.
Follow me on Instagram, the Stan Michael, THE Stan Michael. and on Twitter, I am Stan Michael.
Stan Michael, you a musician? See, this is what I'm talking about.
He don't like to put himself out.
Look at this.
You see the smile?
Look at this. Find out
All
wrestling
right.
fan.
They done found out. They done found me out.
Can I tell a secret since they found out?
I mean,
What?
you know, you said your social media, so I go to it. I gave you.
It's public
Yeah,
information.
that's true.
Go ahead.
Our awesome theme song came from him.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
He blessed us with it.
You
He don't like to
Power
pat
to
his
the
own
people.
back.
We need
you
power
got
to the
you
people.
got to
Power
pat
to the
your
people.
you got to pat your back, man, because you know if somebody else did it, they would pat their own back. So sometimes you got to pat yourself on the back.
Absolutely.
Listen, brother. Between you and I and everybody else out there, don't tell nobody else. Everybody else listening. But trust and believe. Part of this Talk of Champions thing is cathartic for me.
Okay.
So it'll be good for me to kind of step on another pedestal for me.
This is with Talk of Champions. I'm with Shantice and Stan. You can see them at all their social media. The link will be in the bio. And like I always say, if I love wrestling and you love wrestling, then we love wrestling. Too sweet
Sweet.
for the culture.
Woo!